This deck probably won't be usable for much longer, though. Because they're going to ban Oak, which is going to ruin the consistency of our deck a little bit. The only difference between, like, last month and this month was that we added Super Poly. Aw, it doesn't have my match history. I was on like a 7-game win streak. Win streak in current rank 3. That's a lie. Well, no, in current rank. Yeah, that makes sense. A few of these I end up not even winning, but I wanted to save it because I could have won. I think I timed out for 1 or 2 of them. So let's see here. Yep, I'm gonna fast forward here. Normal summon Mad Love. They fell for the bait and used their impermanence. And then I think at this point I don't sense any disruption on their end. We really need more Super Polys IRL. Yeah, that card is busted. They used Dominious Impulse, so we actually have no play. Oh, take care, Pippi. Yeah, we had to pass. That was unfortunate. They're playing... Ooh, I can use mine Called by the Grave here on their Fire King High Avatar Kirin. And now, if they go into an XYZ monster, they die, so... Oh yeah, I get to resummon Diabellstar too. They should have attacked my card instead of doing this, because I can just negate this. Yeah, they kind of messed up by attacking into that. Or rather, not attacking into that, I should say. So we have a new Diabell, and we have Bonfire. They're kind of cooked. Yeah, they got nothing. Because on top of that, we can even summon an Omni Negate with our Deception of Sinful Spoils card. Oh. And we're summoning a Doomed Dragon. Oh, this guy's cooked. Yippee. Hey, Finley, have you played Shadowverse at all? I'll be playing that once I finish these replays here. Stake Your Soul, the Ash Blossom, of course, of course, of course. That's the correct play here. We have our Razen, but they have a Maxi, not that it matters, because we have a Called by the Grave. I think I should have Ash Blossomed that, actually. I would prefer Ash. I think we should have Ashed, because it doesn't matter if we lose our Ash, we can always add it back. Ooh, but they have a Ghost Ogre. Yeah, that doesn't matter either. But see, that's another reason why we should have used Ash, but what? And we end up using Deception of Sinful Spoils on the Ash anyway, so we did waste our Ash. Yeah, it would have been much better to just Ash Blossom the Maxi, I think. In my humble opinion. Because we could have even gotten a Heat Soul here. Ooh, they have a Bysteel Druisworn. But we do have the original Sinful Spoils, so it kind of doesn't matter. In fact, we could even make like a... I just realized I could like go into an SP Little Knight and then just link off into something else. We're putting you in the back row. Rock of the Vanquisher to add back the Razen. Whoa, we're kind of cooking. IP Masquerena, resummon 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. And now we have our Vanquish Soul Trap. And then we will reborn the Flamberge. Does this look complicated at all to anybody watching? Because our opponent just has to sit here and watch all this unfold for like 3 minutes. That can get negated. That can also get negated. So they have one more playable card in hand, and they decided to just set it. And we popped it, and it was a Called by the Grave. They're so cooked. Okay, we do not have lethal here. Funny enough. Oh, but now we do. Borger Burn. Adding a Kurikara to our hand. Interesting. I mean, we don't really need it. Ah, there's our burn damage. Burn him, Borger. Wow, you didn't even need to. At least, like, Shadowverse is much easier to follow. Even if you don't play it, it's like, oh, okay, well, the cards literally have numbers on them. That number looks bigger than your number. Whereas Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like, yeah, I'm just gonna summon my entire deck from my field for my deck to beat. Okay, Molcharmy was, I think it was enough to make them pass? No, they end up using... No. Okay, this is the one I lost the time. Spoilers. They're gonna Branded Fusion. I don't know how Branded works, but... Albion, Confusion Summon for banishing stuff. They made Lebellion. Confusion Summon by discarding a card. So they made a Mirror Jade here. They tributed the... That doesn't look like too much, to be honest. Wait, Are they gonna banish our Razen? Doesn't look like it, okay. Vanquish Soul Snow Devil. Smart. We put Poplar into the back row by tributing it, which forces their Mirror Jade to do something here. But if I put Mirror Jade in the back row, they can no longer... Ah, they summoned it away, okay. Well, it did force their banish, at least. And they didn't even banish any of our cards, which I think was a mistake, personally. Also, because they summoned away the Mirror Jade and not us, they don't get the destruction effect. I just realized you can trigger Silhouette's Rabbit on your own turn if you summon it from the back row. But that wouldn't really happen unless they summon, so that's not really realistic. We have an Omni Negate here, and then we're gonna go into our Snake Eye Ash combo, which adds Kurikara, so now we can tribute this. And things are looking pretty good for us right now. We even have a Super Poly. They're gonna use Book of Moon, but we negate it using our Sylvia. And now we have our Flamberge. They are summoning... Oh, but we Super Poly so that they can't do that. And this is lethal. They make a Mirror Jade. And we are going to put the Mirror Jade into the back row. They can no longer summon Mirror Jade. And now we're going to resummon Xiaolong here, which is going to give us a... Yep, Promethean Princess. And with Promethean Princess, and we now have lethal. They're going to summon... an Albaz, and we timed out. But we actually had lethal here, unfortunately. Or at the very least, we were going to cook this guy because he can't summon another Flamberge. So we lost that to time, which is kind of funny. Like, Branded can, like, reborn their Mirror Jade, like, sometimes 3 times a turn. So we just were not quick enough. We have to play quicker. We're going second, and we have 0 hand traps. That's not looking good. Rika. That looks like a brick to me, if I'm being honest. We're gonna go ahead and summon a Razen. Razen is going to add Xiaolong, but they negated our summon. Discarding the Razen to get a Holo Balsamina, to get the fusion monster out, and negate. Interesting. Battle phase to get rid of the Rika monster. Okay. Yeah, because they were probably going to tribute. Oh, and we didn't need to... Okay, wait, this makes sense. Gravedigger's Trap Hole, we're going to negate that. That spell that they have can destroy everything on our field, depending on how many roses they summon, and they've got, like, I think 3 now. 4. But we're just gonna banish that spell, so it won't do that anymore. So we have nothing to worry about. And if we just set stuff into the back row, then yeah. Because they're clearly a trap deck, and if we just shove everything into their back row, they can't really do anything. Kind of shuts down their board. Okay, this is an amazing going first hand, honestly. Except you don't have any max C protection, and we don't really need Vanquishful Snow Devil, but... Sensing for disruption here. Our opponent has a Fool Loss. That is unfortunate. We no longer can play our turn. Ooh, but we're going to summon an Ash and add another fire to our hand, but they use... What? They used an Impermanence and an Effect Veiler. This is gonna add a Dark to our hand. Next turn. We can use this to add a Dark, but they used Ash Blossom, okay. I mean, they really don't have much. And this is Tenpai, the Mahjong deck. Okay, well then, I'm gonna Super Poly your board, and now you don't have any dragons, so how are you gonna kill us now? Aha, you can't. Super Poly clears. How unfortunate for you. I took a gamble there because they technically could have had follow-up if they had the spell Sangan Summoning, but they did not. This is a pretty good going second hand. We have the Mulcharmy Perulia, which they're going to Ash Blossom, but now we have a Max C, so they're kind of in trouble here. So they're playing under Max C, and what is this deck? Oh, this is Raid Raptor, I think? So they actually summon from the hand more than they summon from the deck. Funny enough. The Mulcharmy, no wonder they ashed that Mulcharmy. They were gonna give us even more cards. I think this is another one we ended up losing to time. Because, we definitely could have outed their tower monster, but we were just taking too long. Or maybe I actually don't know. Maybe we did win. We'll see. It'll be a surprise. We're gonna negate that with an Ash Blossom. Homie does not care about Maxi. He is just cooking on along. Well, we can Super Poly their tower, or maybe not. I don't know. Okay, I was really confused here because I wanted to Super Poly the tower, but apparently you can't Super Poly this because it is unaffected by other cards' effects, which I guess includes, like, Super Poly? I guess that makes sense. I would say that's not really an effect, though. I would say it's like a tribute. But I guess because it's a card, then I don't know. I don't make the rules. We're gonna destroy this card. And the only way we're gonna be able to beat over this monster is by summoning a bunch of Link monsters to make our Amblo Whale have more attack. Little Hat Rabbit. We're gonna pop that field spell. Oh no, we opted to pop one of the actual spells. And you can pop the other back row. They have 0 back row left. So at this point, even if we can't kill him, there's nothing threatening us. There's literally nothing threatening us right now. Like, he has no field. And the only thing he does have is one 3.5k monster. So even if we didn't kill him this turn, we can literally burn him to death over the course of several turns. And what can he do with his one card, right? So now we're summoning Oak, and Oak is summoning Ash. Ash is going to put Poplar, but we have too much space. So now we're going to IP Mask Arena. Poplar, Field Spell. Promethean Princess, Reborn a Fire. There's the Swarm Ship. 4k attack. Wait, so we do win, right? Oh my god, I didn't even... No way! No shot! Dude, okay. That's insane that I lost that. That was such a free win. Holy moly, I can't believe I lost that. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is actually insane. Well, it's our fault for playing a deck that needs a lot of time to set up, I guess. But that was insane. This guy's name is what is that? Sa? Wait. Bu ton? I think that's not Ru. That's not B either. I don't know what those first 2 characters are because they're the alternate versions of the hiragana. They have a little modifier on them. Anyway, we get to draw 2 off of this, which is pretty crazy. Hollow of Azamina, add a Diabell Star to our hand, summoning an Omni Negate. Caesar Valius. Because we already have a Snow Devil, so we don't need Zhao Long. Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. So I assume that we're going to use Snake Eyes Oak here to add a card to our hand and not to the field, which is what we do. This will be impossible once the ban list comes up, because they're banning Snake Eye Oak, the weakest of the 3 cards in that deck. But still an important piece of the deck. This is a crazy hand. Holy moly. Harpy's Feather Duster, we're going to negate that. Heavy Storm, okay, well, there's nothing we can do about that. All that set up to run into the 2 back row wiping board breakers, but I guess it didn't matter. How many more of these we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy moly. That's a lot of games. Okay, we're going first, and this is a crazy good hand. As long as you have Razen, you've got a good hand. I don't know what deck this guy's running, though. But, you know, even though we have all of our Vanquish Soul cards, we don't have any of our Sinful Spoils / Diabell Star cards, so... Yeah, we really aren't... We don't have any Snake Eye... Ooh! Oh, no shot! This guy just threw. Why would he do that? Okay, well... For some reason, our opponent decided to wipe our whole board, knowing it was going to summon our Snake Eye card. Like, we literally did not have a way of accessing all of the monsters that you're seeing right now. Our opponent gifted that to us. They said, yes, I would like for you to summon 50 more monsters from your deck. Here you go. And then he just got rid of the Vanquish Soul monsters I didn't even need anymore. I don't know why he did that, honestly. But, I'll take it. Time to see what he's running. They went straight into the battle phase thinking, okay, I need to destroy this IP Masquerena, and then we're playing our Vanquish Soul Snow Devil, which lets us summon Razen, which lets us destroy their Nibiru, and now they can no longer stop us from having IP. They stole our Snake Eyes Flamberge, but that's completely fine. Yeah, this is just too much for them to deal with. They even had triple tactics, but we held our IP, so they couldn't steal, like, an IP Masquerena, which would have been really difficult to deal with. Okay, it looks like they were on, what's that one synchro deck? The Psychic synchro deck with the, also, hi, Husky. What the hell is that called? It's got like, oh my god, I'm like drawing a blank here. The Psychic tuner deck. They've got like, Punk! Yeah, it's called Punk. It's just called Punk. I don't know what Punk stands for. I know it's abbreviated to like PUNK. We already summoned our Omni Negate because we actually don't even need... Whoa! And then the Super Poly... Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty. That is very nasty. I guess I didn't want to keep that guy waiting, so I just decided to do that. 4 more games. After this, we're gonna play some ranked Shadowverse. What is this hand? 2 Called by the Graves, a Bonfire, a Snake Eye Ash? They have Maxi, we have Called by. Our Maxi is now worthless, and that's okay. Flamberge and IP Masquerena. We're gonna summon 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Nibiru. Uh-oh. Well, that's awkward. Unironically, that is, wait. They're running Mimighoul. Okay. Wait, how do we win this? I feel like they have everything they need, right? Oh! I know what happened. Yup. They tried cheesing and going into Fiendsmith. And then we negated their Fiendsmith card, so they ended with nothing. SP Little Knight, what? They banned our Flamberge. Caesar Valius! Tribute Summon! Caesar Valius is not immune to effects. Darn. That's very funny though. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay, Caesar Valius tribute summon over the 2 face downs is actually insane. They should have won that, but we had we had Caesar Valius. Holy moly. Okay, we're going first, and this hand is amazing. Except you don't have anything for Maxi, but I don't think they have Maxi, so it's okay. Get rid of the Razen, put him back in the hand, put him back in the grave. Summoning Snake Eye Ash, summoning Poplar, summoning the field spell, putting Oak into the back row. Easy peasy. We make a Baron? Ooh, I like this. Free Baron floor. Why did I say Baron? Oh my god. I kind of like this play because it lets us make an SP Little Knight on the next turn. We're gonna go into Promethean Princess, Promethean Reborn the Flamberge, Flamberge, put IV Masquerena in the back row, and then we summon the Silly Hat Rabbit. The coolest card in our deck. I mean, look at them. Isn't this awesome? Look at them. It's so cool. They are so dapper. I think they gave up after a single negate. Well played. Wasn't that interactive, you guys? Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is setting up a giant Jenga tower, and then when it's your opponent's turn, they either like can just smash the entire fucking Jenga tower, or they take one block and go, ah shit, I give up. Wait, that's a bad analogy. I'm gonna workshop that one a little bit. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has nothing to do with Jenga anyway. I guess it would be like you're watching your opponent set up. Yeah, nah. Jenga's not gonna work. Because, like, the person setting up the Jenga tower would be the person going first, but it's the second person's... Okay. Player 1 is setting up a Jenga tower, and you're watching them, like, add titanium plating to the sides of the Jenga tower. And then when it's your turn, it's like, okay, well, I just have my fucking hands, my bare fists. Wait, but the objective is not to let the... Yeah, okay, the Jenga analogy is fucking awful. That's just not gonna work. I kinda like Jenga, even though I've only ever played it like a handful of times. It's better than Uno, though. I think Uno kinda sucks. Holy moly, what a field. Adding an earth to our hand, and ah, man. How many disruptions is that? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 with the Appaloosa, 11 with the Ash Blossom, 12 with the Promethean Princess, 13 with the Razen, 14 with the Caesar Valius. What the fuck? And then we have 15 with the Ambluwhale in the grave. That's a 15 disruption board, assuming it doesn't just get board broken. Dude, like, he's got 6 cards in hand. And we have like 15 ways to dude, who let Konami cook, man? I just don't see how, as a card game dev, what would you call a person that devises a card game rule set? Judge? I just don't see how you can, like, look at modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And go, yeah, this is, I don't see any problems with any of what is happening right now. On the other hand, I understand wanting to build a giant board, but, like, I want to interact with the opponent a little more than that. Okay, we summon our Omni Negate here. Ooh, and right, they Maxed us, so we're playing against a deck that has Max C. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand. We're gonna destroy this before they get to add something to the back row, and then we're gonna destroy their back row card as soon as they try to add, so they do not get to add. And now this is seeming a little more fair. They have 5 cards and we have 1 Omni Negate. We're gonna negate that because I don't want you to special summon yourself. They have a Called by the Grave to stop that, but we still have our back row removal. Now see, this card states that if you control a white forest monster, you can special summon this from your hand. I thought if I destroy this right now, it doesn't let them summon this. But no, they can summon this for some reason. So what I should have done is waited for her to summon and then used my Vanquish Snow Devil, and they'd have 2 cards in hand. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason, they just get to do that. But they went into Typhon, so yeah, they lose. They had no more plays, because the other card in their hand was Crossout Designator. So they had Crossout Designator and 1 other card. We actually played that really well. Like, playing through Max C that way was kind of awesome. And that's all our replays. Sweet. Alright, let's go get our asses kicked in Shadowverse. Hey, how's it going, Tall Warlord? Good to see ya. Psy Games. Let me change the stream title